Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the Nightcap. Kicking it off with the Beatles. Thank you, Mr. McCartney. Sony Music for lending us. We don't own the rights. 1969, Abbey Road, probably the quintessential Beatles album. It's the studio. Everybody's there. You want to record there? Michael Jackson's owned it. Oh, a couple other entities kick it around. Seriously, give it up for the Beatles. Coming together. That's what we're doing on NoFilter.net. PlayActionReal, PenguinAZ, John from Mayfair, somewhere there in the stratosphere. Let him kick on a second. Maybe he's getting a drink. Maybe he's draining the main vein. Maybe he's, I don't know, refilling, refilling his Michelob Ultra.
That dynamic.
Yeah.
You gotta wait.
It is the dynamic. We need to wait for John from Mayfair to re-enter the screen, get the full presence. It's like the Beatles without John. You know?
I'm here.
We just can't do it without John.
Perfect.
You know what I'm saying?
Welcome,
everybody. There he is. Welcome. Beautiful to have the band back together. This is like that 1970, was it 78? We're up on top of the roof, we're going to play the end. Paul's got the full beard going on, the bell bottoms shagging this side. Ringo's back there, beating on the drum. George is standing there, I'm just playing the bass over here. And John's wigged out of his mind because he's got Yoko standing off to the sidelines.
Who's your favorite? You got favorites or no? Anybody got favorites out of those guys?
Yeah, I got
Go around the room. Let's see.
Well, I'm not a Beatles fan at all. But I mean, McCartney. No, but McCartney is the most successful. I mean, obviously he's got the most talent of any of them. So, and I don't want to hear George Harrison. That's just people feeling sorry for him. So.
I got my mind set on you. Come. Driving Wilburys, man.
McCartney's talented, dude. Come on.
Yeah, by far. I mean, I think that John really pushed the envelope when he got the ideas for Sgt. Pepper's, but McCartney is definitely the one that is like he was writing the music, like he was putting it together that way.
And plus, he's still here.
He's still here, yeah. Now that's a conspiracy theory. Is it Saul? Is it Paul? Is it Paul? Like, there's a whole rabbit hole you can go down to with that. There's a whole rabbit hole with the Beatles thing. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, everybody's back.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah.
It is a good,
very good one.
Outlook. Well, yeah, I mean.
So what's going on, gentlemen?
I appreciate Harrison though, because he the stuff he had was catchy, So if anything else, like people could steal it, and make their own.
Didn't he steal Paul's wife at one point?
Hey-oh.
Hey-oh.
Yes, he did.
Hey-oh. What's wrong with that?
It's them.
Yeah. You ain't sharing, you ain't caring.
That's how it was back then, right? I don't know.
Peace, love, dope, swinging 60s, baby.
Peace, love, dope. Now get
TJ. Yeah, the one with the one leg, exactly. Yeah. No, we're not talking about
TJ.
I think there was like Patty.
B-Dub, Joe Q.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
Joe Q, I got a message from Joe Q earlier. Says the Phillies win tomorrow. He's going to meet me at Cotman in Frankfurt.
And make sure you take a gun.
Oh, fuck, please. Come on.
You got backup, too.
And I said...
I got a shank for you, John.
I got the extraction vehicle riding. Bring him out.
I thought maybe, you know what, if LeBron was in town, maybe we could kill two birds with one stone.
We'll set up that date,
Phillies will win this series tomorrow. And as I said on Tony's show, if the Phillies beat the Braves, the Phillies will have beaten the second best team in baseball. Yeah. And I believe that the Dodgers are going to lose. The Phillies will go on to fucking win the World Series.
Nice.
It's a weird
Yeah, I get. Yeah. There's a weird vibe going on right now, man. There's a really weird vibe going on. I'm gonna do one thing real quick. AJ,
they still need to get rid of Hoskins. He stinks.
AJ Johnson texted me, and he wants to just, I guess, come on super quick just to introduce himself. So I'm gonna bring him on. He's in the knocker. Yeah, let me bring AJ on for 2 seconds. Just he wants to. I know he's going out of town, and they're trying to set some things up.
Yeah, you don't need to say anything. Just let that dude in. He's good.
I'm trying.
Good people.
Trying to get in.
Hurry up, AJ.
I agree with
you. Get off the tape.
Oh.
Oh man. The back. Hey, he had to. I get it. I would have done it.
Look at this hat.
Yo.
Oh,
this is last year's home run hat.
Oh, last year. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Beautiful thing. It looks nice.
Very good.
You're on board.
How can we help you, sir?
I can't wear this on my show because the headphones won't fit over the thing. So I brought it in. Hey, I'm pumped to be working with all of you guys. Even though Play Action, man, you disappoint me, bro. You never show up to my shows.
I never show up. I promise I will.
I don't either. So
I promise I will.
You're banned.
Am I yet? What about me?
Penguin, I'll give you one more shot. The problem is I saw Play Action on Captain Ron's show, and I'm like,
I know.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I couldn't make it on your show. I will. I want to be on there. You got a better show.
Did you check out the retro shows though?
I try to check out the retro shows, but every time I try to tune in, they're either canceled that night or whatever.
Yeah. Lucas does a lot of traveling.
We're back. Yeah, Steven's traveling.
Yeah,
I know. It's all. I'm just busting balls, man.
I love it.
But
that's how
I'm pumped. And John, I never met you, John. I don't think we spoke on Tony's show the other day, but I'm kind of pumped having all you guys on there. You guys I'm tweeting the shit out of your stuff. We put this show that you did last week on YouTube and got a few hundred views already.
I saw that. I was like,
yeah, it's
that's
pretty
dope.
I gotta work harder, but this is the busy season for me.
And I can't believe people haven't come after you for putting my shit on there.
But well, when we get taken down, we'll deal with that at that point, John. Let's see what
we'll just send them to Philly. Just stop by my office.
I got lawyers, guns, and money. I don't give a fuck.
All right, well, I'm glad you're on the team then, man. Because I don't have the lawyers. I got the rest of this.
Yeah.
Well, I got the guns anyway.
Sounds like a Hank Williams song.
But you guys rock, man. I'm exhausted. I would love to hang out with you guys all fucking night because that was the most fun I had in forever. But I'm gonna keep you on for a while until I pass out. But I just wanted to say hello and eating the shit. How cool is this? We're going to the Super Bowl,
dude. Is this?
Yes,
that's
so fucking cool.
Is that actually going on? Right?
Yeah, and then have a booth like that'd be fucking rad.
Hey, how cool is it? Live from the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
live from the Super Bowl, man.
It's into the
come on, John, you're there.
I just can't wait to sleep next to Jeff and his wife.
Yeah, because it's closer to the Phoenix Open.
Well, you better get like 2 king size beds. Just make niggas butt them together.
Oh, I want you to get closer. That way, I'm gonna try to. If you can get in earlier than the Super Bowl,
I can get in. Don't worry about it.
Waste Management Phoenix Open.
John doesn't have a problem getting in.
My company gets tickets, so I know we can get in there with them.
Play Action. I'll come Monday if that means you'll watch my show.
Yeah, I'll watch your show forever now. Okay, how about that? You don't have to come.
I will promises.
You got a Wednesday night show. That's my best night. I love it. I will be there.
You'll be there. Be square.
That's what time?
Hey. 8 o'clock. I don't know what time zone are you in. 8 o'clock Eastern. You do the math. I'm too tired.
I got it. 5 o'clock.
But you guys rocked, and I look forward to doing a lot of stuff with you guys. So keep it going.
Yo, keep that hat on, bro.
I'm gonna keep it on. I will sleep with it the best I can. I'll video it and then I'll put it on YouTube when they throw us off because whatever John's gonna say tonight will just put me sleeping.
Listen, Philly, and I'll say it again right now. If the Phillies beat the Braves tomorrow, they will win the World Series. I feel it.
Hey, John, check this out. Duncan, tell him who picked the Phillies to win the World Series, Duncan.
It was not me. But AJ.
It wasn't me either.
And I meter myself by saying this because so far, everything that he's kind of picked out because he follows these trends, everything has been on point. He called Cleveland. He called the Phillies. I mean, and not just in one round. He's like, nah, they'll get past, and these guys had a layoff. The NFL picks, he's like, nah, take these guys. Don't worry about Miami's going to shit the bed. They're going to lose. Yep, call Miami. Everybody back Miami, going to be back to their normal ways. Exactly what's going on in Miami. I mean, it's like,
he's a shaman.
He is a shaman right now. Sometimes, like John said, with the Phillies, sometimes
Look,
you
he's
start
calm.
feeling
Look at his
something
face.
and you get hot and that momentum starts going. You start feeling this little mojo, blah, 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 blah. And listen, stranger things have happened in this city.
But you're correct. But I will say this.
Oh,
Who that?
Somebody
my
needs.
goodness.
Look at this.
Someone needs to get Houston out of this fucking tournament.
Yeah, somebody
Because,
will.
dude, they're really good. No, they're really good, dude.
But the Yankees have the best chance, I think.
The Yankees are good. The Yankees are going to knock Houston out. It's going to be
All right.
tough. Robin, you can't crash my spot here.
I think
You
Houston.
guys have your own hit, all right?
This is a quick in and out. I have to explain.
That's what she said.
not In-N-Out Burger.
Oh,
I have to explain how Super Bowl week works. This is not just about Super Bowl Sunday or the Saturday before the Sunday. This is
Mhm.
Super Bowl week. It means that anybody that is part of the No Filter family, the Bruno Familia family, the No Filter booth, you are there for the entire week. You arrive the Saturday before. You set up the booth, you help set up all the backdrops and everything that we're going to have. And then there are events that start on that Monday. So Monday is opening day for all the media, and there's a big party there. There's Tuesday, there's a different party. Friday or Wednesday, there's a different party. Thursday, there's a different event. Saturday, everything. There's a different event every single night. Usually there's more than one, and you have to kind of choose or you double dip. And then during the day on Radio Row, you are at the booth from like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. ish to 5 p.m. And you are just cranking out show after show after interview after interview after interview. It is an intense week. You are going.
Are there hookers?
If you want them, yes, but I don't know if you'll have the energy for them because
There's no way they're going to let John from Mayfair in Super Radio Row, is there?
Hey, he knows people. I think he knows people that might be able to get him in.
Well, he knows Duncan. Duncan's on every single show that's on No Filter. So.
It is.
That's because he's got nothing else to do.
yeah.
It is. If you've never partaken.
No, you're right. Partaken.
Yeah, no, I haven't really. Even though it's been here, I haven't really.
Turducken.
If you've never been to a Radio Row type of an event, this is the biggest one there is. There is literally no other Radio Row event like the Super Bowl. It's like nothing you've ever seen. Anybody that has a movie out, anybody that has a new product out, anybody that has a new song, music video out, they're being paraded around by their people that are trying to get into like all these shows. It's nuts.
Oh, they'll be there.
Yeah, it'll be there for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Very, very cool.
Give me a badge, Robin, and I'll tell you what.
Yeah, what's the what do we need for the badges? Like just
well, you need to know me.
Okay.
There you go.
And that's it, right?
I will have to request the NFL certification, and it's a long process. I'll go over it with you off the air. But one way or another, we'll get you on there, whether it's for the full week or whether it's for a day pass. However we figure it out, you'll be on there. Anybody that's working for No Filter will get you on. And it's going to be a pretty cool event. I just
don't worry about play action. He'll probably be busy that week.
Real jobs come up.
But I do for those of you guys who are listening on either the live show or on any podcast, I do want to reiterate that one of the things that we're going to be working on is getting a special no filter event. So whether it's at a location or at an Airbnb where we can have a big open party for any fans that want to come and meet all of your hosts that have been working really, really hard for you guys, like all of these guys that you see here. and anybody else that's on. I think that that's really important, and it would be fun.
Does that require sponsors, or do we want sponsors for that thing, or no?
Yeah, sponsors are super important.
Okay.
So yes, we still have some time to work on sponsorships, and sponsors, for those of you who are listening who might be in a sponsorship situation, who would be interested in sponsoring something like this. It is one of the most beneficial sponsorships that you can ever do, because you get to have product placement, you get to give out samples to some of the biggest influencers in the industry. So anybody that's coming around, such as, one year we had, you have all the quarterbacks that have just been drafted, or that are getting ready to be drafted. The big players that are coming around, that are they're going from interview to interview to interview. You have movie stars, and if you have swag that you just happen to be able to give them, they're like, "Ooh, this is fun," and they try it out. You can take pictures. You can tweet about it. It's fantastic.
I mean, this is so big that Duncan actually has a shot of banging the Kardashian that bangs white guys, right?
Yeah.
Well, is there one?
I don't.
Is there one? Is there one?
The old lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is he a white guy?
That's
really?
Chris.
No, I was just to say, is that only the mom?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bruce
I don't know. That Mike's a
former
fucking white guy, so I don't know.
So, Mr.
I've got some
Robin, I got a
Mediterranean
question.
flavor.
Yeah, you have a question?
So my company sponsors the waste management, open a little bit. So I'm wondering, Tony mentioned that. Is there? I don't know. It sounds like there's no time for that for you guys, right?
For the waste management? Well,
yeah, because I will have
when
to
is
be
it?
there.
When is it actually, like, during that week?
It's going to be
It's
like
the same
that.
weekend? I know.
I can't remember.
No, it's after
it's
that.
real
It's
close.
after
I hope
that.
it's after.
Is it after?
Usually,
Like it always falls like
right there.
It's like one of the first. It's like one of the
Yeah.
first major tournaments after the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
because I will be
there. The year that we were in Houston, it was the exact same weekend.
Yeah.
And so obviously that was out. But
been that
if
way
it's
here.
either the weekend before or the weekend after, then we can just stay extra, and we might be able to stay for that. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Play Action, forget about Tony. Tony only has 2 shows. Duncan is on every show on No Filter. Duncan is the guy you want.
Well, here's
exactly.
the
no, Duncan.
Here's
Duncan
the
and me are like this, so it's all right.
On when for Radio Row, even though Tony normally has been doing like 1 special show or 2 special shows per week, you go on the air every freaking day, every day, because you can't not, because otherwise you're missing out on these amazing interviews.
Super cool.
I ain't fucking shy. Listen, Duncan Dad's like the fucking white Michael Strahan with better teeth. So
I'm just about a foot and a half shorter, and
a foot and a half. No.
Now wait a minute, whose nose is bigger though?
Oh,
sure. Mike's is longer, but Michael Strahan's is way wider.
Yeah, wider. Yeah.
But you know
his
what
fingers are all nice.
Noses.
Big feet. No.
two Kleenex.
two Kleenex, exactly. Yeah, a lot of sinus issues. Seasonal allergies are pain in the ass.
Anyway,
that's
all I wanted to say. I'm not going to intrude on AJ's spot anymore. I'm thinking about.
No, we love it. Thank you so much. It's absolutely amazing. I think all of us were just flabbergasted, to use an old fashioned.
I don't even know if I'm even here right now.
Getting there.
Yeah, like really. That's so cool.
Biden said to Obama one time, "It's a big fucking deal."
It is huge.
And as far as the PenguinAZ is, I mean, I will do everything I can to not have you deported by that.
Well, I won't. I got my ways. Don't worry about it.
All right.
He has his ways. He knows a guy.
You know what?
Yeah,
I mean,
slips
if you
a hundred.
I know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy.
If you need to have like one of those fake marriages, I'll make it happen.
Uh oh.
You're close to Vegas, right?
See what you started, John?
We're 8 to 12, so we're gonna run it out.
Good
So
night,
yeah,
y'all.
we'll
Thank you, Miss Robin.
all right.
Hi, Robin.
All right, thanks, Miss
Appreciate
Robin.
you.
Let's see if she's out.
That was great.
All right, she's gone. So, breaking big news. I guess everybody, if you want to come hang out for the Super Bowl, we're going to have a place to hang out. And apparently there's an invitation for us individuals to go ahead and sit down and hand out swag and talk to people.
Vacation time saved up just for this, and that's what's up. So
that's what's up for
sorry,
you.
AJ,
Exactly.
I won't be busy for that whole week because I will suck it up with vacation.
Absolutely.
So, and you know what? You inspire me, AJ. That's what it really is. I gotta get my shit together, right?
I'm just busting your balls, dude.
No, I love that. Are you kidding me? If you didn't bust my balls, I would think that you didn't like me. That's how we roll, man. If I was here, I'd give you, one of these dealios, man. That's how me and Tom, we bust each other's balls like there's no tomorrow. So, and all of us.
Yeah, they started talking about baseball in the group chat. Jeff and Duncan Dad and John, and I'm like, baseball sucks. And now I'm always giving shit about his Astros because he's such a big fan. And his Texans too, they suck.
Hey, they're not going to lose. I guarantee it. This week, mark it down. They're not going to lose.
Well, hey,
they're not going to win either.
It's a bye week. Yeah.
Let's mark it.
Or they might tie
our shows now because we got a lot of new friends that are going to be popping up now.
Absolutely, everybody.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, don't worry about it.
Hey, but good work out of you, AJ, with all you've been doing, man. Help everybody out, and that's awesome.
It's all good, man.
That's what's up.
Enjoy it. So.
Yep.
I got to go crash.
Appreciate you.
On until I pass out.
Yeah, thanks for jumping
on,
all right,
brother.
Have a good night.
Hey, yeah, all right, that's good. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right,
have a good weekend.
All right, you too.
Oh, there you go.
Dude, AJ's all right, man.
Yeah, man. So there it is. There it is.
Every day.
Let's read about let's see. As it works.
So, just to bring it, what will happen to Devontae Adams now that he shoved that camera dude? Will he get any time suspended?
Dude,
or will he just get a big fine?
It looked like an accident.
Well, that's what I tell my wife when I push her like that too. Sorry, it was an accident. And I push her on the bed, like, get on there,
But she knew what she was getting before she met him, so.
Exactly.
Yeah, what about the dude that fucking tackled the asshole out there?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
that dude's trying to sue somebody. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, dude. You can't come on like you're not doing that. This is the fucking problem. The guy that had the whatever that shit is. I don't even.
Half of the time, you don't even know what they're trying to prove. Like, what are they trying to do? Running on the field, like
bullshit.
Yeah, like he had like a shirt on and it said no something. And I'm like, the fuck?
No mames.
But like,
yeah.
Is it like? I thought it was a rule. Like, if you come onto somebody's job site,
dude,
I could fuck you up, right?
That's right. I got tools.
Like, it's so stupid, but he's suing the fucking NFL or something, or suing that guy personally. I don't even know.
Oh, they'll pay him. He'll get paid.
They better not. Excuse me. They better not. I mean, that's wrong. I'm sorry.
Well,
they better not pay him.
World right there.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
That's what's really wrong with the world because,
wow,
they're caring.
That cameraman is going to get paid.
No, I'm not talking about him. I mean,
I know, but I'm saying, he's going to get paid too. He's going to get paid.
Well, that dude was just stupid too. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, look, he could have fucking handled that in a different fucking way. I mean, he goes, "Oh man, my bad," but no, he went total fucking.
Did you see the other angle? If you saw the different angle, it actually cleared it up because it was just basically they're at the same place at the same time. The guy was running. Devontae Adams was not so much running, but he had his helmet on. There's no way you could see the expression on his face, obviously. And then all he did was just like just basically put his hands up to, defend himself, like from somebody because he had like all these sticks and shit. So he doesn't want to get clocked with a stick. So like anybody would put their hands up as they're trying to but he didn't flinch for whatever reason. He's just walking. So it's like, oh, he was malicious. You don't.
Well, he was pissed because he ran in with his player, but
yeah, obviously.
But still, the guy got in the way too. Like, what the hell are you doing? They're gonna be running in the fucking tunnel area.
He's pissed. He ain't got no ayahuasca from
his boy Aaron Rodgers anymore.
He needs to go back.
He can't get high again.
Fuck, he needs to go back there because they had that connection. Like,
yeah, the Packers suck. Don't talk about him.
I'm not gonna.
They need to fire Joe Barry and Matt LaFleur.
I didn't say anything. It was he who must remain nameless. And by the way, rest in peace, Hagrid, and Bruce Sutter. That was a big one.
That was a big thing. Yeah.
Shit.
I didn't know, Jeff. You said the thing today. I didn't know Sutter was from Pennsylvania. That's close out here. That's close to me.
Yeah, Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It's from your hood, John.
He was awesome.
How can you not know?
No, that's like Amish country out there. He's like a fucking Amish guy or something. Yeah.
Well, did you see when he
joke you Amishville
in the Hall of Fame? He just had this like puff. It wasn't the full, but it was like kind of. It was like, man, I guess he's got that look, but no, he wasn't.
Yeah, I mean that's what's out that way. Not all of them, but most of them fucking people out there, they don't have cars and shit. But
dude, he put the Cardinals with what's his name? Well, they had Vince Coleman back there. It was the manager, Whitey Herzog. Yeah, because they were like lowly, and Vince Coleman came on. It was him and who was the other pitchers? But I'm thinking Todd Worrell for some reason.
Was that like Ozzie Smith times?
Oh hell yeah! Don't talk about Ozzie Smith around Will Clark, but yeah, Ozzie Smith and because they.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. Is Will Clark on here?
No, I don't think Will's on here.
He gets on here every once in a while. So if you're around Will Clark, that's not a good sub. But hey, they've amended buried the hatchet, as they say.
What's the beef there? I don't know.
Oh, it was like I guess Will Clark like slid into second, and it just kind of looked, like Ozzie Smith was being a little aggressive, and but Will Clark's, he's got a temper, and he popped up, and it was like a little pushing it.
Yeah, he ran hard in the second, took out the second baseman. Ozzie was standing right there, gave him a little jaw. Will turned around, and they got into it. 1980s baseball, man. That's what you did.
Just like basketball, like. Wasn't it you, John, that sent me something? And I'm like, dude, they don't play like that anymore. Like you sent me some clip. I'm like,
you're thinking about
Lambier and shit. Like, god damn.
Think about Danny Cox and John Tudor. Remember Tudor? John Tudor?
Oh
yeah. Yeah, Tudor was lights out for
him, man. Who was it that Dykstra went at the fucking plate with the catcher? When Dykstra was with the Mets, he fucking stood up and they fucking went at him and
Ozzie Virgil? No, that's
not. No.
Rick Dempsey. That's it.
Dempsey.
Yeah, Rick Dempsey.
They fucking had it out. It was awesome.
Well, you talk about Rick Dempsey had an attitude a little bit too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they're both probably doing coke.
Well, yeah, it's the '80s. That's what everybody.
This is the height of those like '80s teams, man. Yeah, they were going on. Yeah, I think it was. He was on the Phillies. I think he just came. He just come over.
Right. That's what Tom did.
It was a huge ball, man.
Yeah, since PenguinAZ fucking left the show, 2 gunshots. I heard 2 fucking gunshots.
Did you really?
That's right. Dude, you fucked somebody up, Tom.
Oh yeah, it's because I told him you could shoot now because I'll be out of the picture.
It's so fucking bad here, dude.
He said I'm in the getaway car. I'm in the getaway car. Let's go.
John, yeah, it's gotten substantially
bad, dude.
Worse in this area. I mean,
you know what the problem is?
National news.
What's that?
People don't want to talk about it until it hits them.
Sure.
And the thing is, like you always say, John, it's always, same black on black crime or whatever. Like, what the hell? You guys are just shooting the fuck with each other, like tearing each other's up, whatever. Just because I live on that side of the street in my hood or whatever, I'm like, fuck, man.
Listen. I'm not a well-liked person around here, but I'll say it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not afraid.
You're honest. You're honest.
You know what, dude?
They don't like me either, so we're in the same book.
Some people just don't play well in the sandbox, dude, and they can't handle themselves. They can't handle whatever the fuck, and that's the way they fuck, because that's how fucking ignorant they are. And look, you want to kill your own fucking kind, that's up to you. But
shit.
Sorry, man, it ain't gonna happen to me. I mean, if it does, somebody's coming to get you. So.
Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah. It's a shame, and you know what? I had a great. If you listen to the midday show, One More Quarter, when I was coming back from Jersey the other day, I took an Uber and had a conversation with this 72-year-old black gentleman, Mr. Robbins, and great conversation. And after we got through all of the, what we didn't necessarily see eye to eye with or understand and all that kind of stuff, and he was even saying, like, man, it like 72 years on in this country, and he's like, to see what the young kids are doing to each other. He's just like, he was so like almost defeated for all of the work that was supposedly put in. And he's like, man, like, like something has to change, like at the very, 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 very core base level. He said, unfortunately, that's just not going to happen overnight. You know what I mean? And it's
already starting to show itself. I mean, look at like the railroads, look at the trains.
Yeah.
That's a big issue going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And like, they work their motherfuckers to death to where like they don't have any time off.
No.
And it's coming to a head. They can't come to an agreement. The government tried to step in. Biden tried to step in, and it's come to a head now. And that's just as bad as the trucking, or worse. That's how a lot of this. We live in Arizona. We don't get shit, but unless it's trucked in or trained in, so we're fucked. And then, not on the top of that, with water the way it is, I blame. I'm sorry, but I blame California. I keep saying it. The hypocrisy has led to this, to where they shut down coal, they shut down nuclear, so all they rely on is the water, hydroelectric, and that's why the dams are down. The only thing that saved us is we actually had a monsoon season with some moisture, so there was a bunch of rain, but it's not going to cut it. So all these policies add up and stick us with what we're seeing. Like that guy you told me about, he's defeated. I'm defeated. I have no recourse. I can't tell that governor, hey, you suck. I don't live there. So it's like, hey, do something. Well, what the fuck am I gonna do? I got no recourse. Talk to your local senator. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. They don't care.
Listen,
that phone line never gets checked.
that's a very, very.
I don't even know if the phone even works.
Shit.
Yeah. If you're gonna go to the switchboard, you keep
send him an email.
And Stephen Luker try all these old phone, and like lately we've been getting the ones that either don't work or they're sex. Like, hi guys, you're looking for a late night call. Like wait a minute, like probably like 25% of them like come to these like sex phone hotline.
Yeah, it's a big thing, man.
Like, Jesus, is that who buys them up? I should have started that business. I could have been, hi guys. I could do voices, right?
Well, Mike said something 2 seconds ago. He said, somebody did black on black crime, whatever. But listen, man, nobody wants to see that. But until they figure that out, I'm sorry. This ain't getting better. It's not. It's not. And yeah, I'm going to the fucking Super Bowl. What are you doing? right?
Yeah.
I'm just joking about that, but it's like, dude, what's the fucking point? Like, what is the fucking point? I don't understand that.
And, you know, half of the time, these guys want handouts or whatever. They don't want to have to do anything that'll make them do more than they need to try to make a buck. Like, you know what? If I really got fucking homeless or do whatever where I don't have to kill people or steal people, I could go take a fucking shower somewhere, or, you know, say, hey, can I take a shower? Or can you let me use your hose to rinse off? I got a job interview or something, you know? I'll go work wherever the fuck.
Yeah.
And half of these people don't want to do that. They feel, oh, I shouldn't be. I'm too privileged to do that. What the fuck are you privileged about?
And that's the problem. I mean, right?
You know?
That's the whole
thing. Yeah.
Entitlement.
So,
like, you don't want to have to work. No, that's not how it works. And we were never founded on that. When I was growing up, my parents would always say, hey, you want money? You have to fucking go to work. Well, how can I go to work and go to school? Well, you need to figure it out.
Yep.
You know? Now, oh, well, I go to school, so I don't have to work. What the fuck? So how do you expect all your expenses to get paid outside of living at home, you know?
Listen,
it's gone.
I'm 51 years old, and I'm on.
Damn, you're old.
Like, I'm in my fucking retirement period. Like, I have my plan.
Yeah.
Like, it's right. Some of these motherfuckers, most of these motherfuckers have their retirement plan before they even fucking took a job. And that's fucked up. That's fucked up. I worked my balls off. I did.
Yeah.
And you know what? I just want to fucking wrangle it down. Fucking.
So John has no more balls. He worked them off.
Hey, whatever. I don't need them. I don't fucking need them anymore, bro. The poor days are over. You know what I mean?
No, good shit.
No,
you're right though.
Like, dude, come on, man. Like, dude, fucking take care of your babies, man.
Thank you.
What the fuck's the matter with you?
That's the basics, but nope.
Well, I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Dad routine. Come on, that's gotta stop.
But then, like, you drive a fucking a brand new fucking Charger.
Yeah.
Like a heavy fucking Charger that makes a lot of noise and keeps people up at night, but your kids are fucking starving. Get the fuck out of my.
They're obnoxious. Fuck them.
Yeah, well, it's ignorance.
Yeah,
is what it is.
Fuck that.
So, you know what, dude? That being said, Jesus loves everybody, allegedly. Okay.
He said allegedly.
Yeah.
Have you seen those commercials?
I think some people are Jesus's fucking toy. I really do.
You know, to being a good person and being a productive member of your community. You get another one?
Nah, it's muffled.
Bam.
Oh, muffled. Hey, John's got every sound to a cue.
Yeah, he's like,
I do.
Yeah. No, that was somebody farted.
No.
So we have like
okay, John.
Oh my god.
He's like two-stroke on that one. Oh yeah, I know that guy.
Our flavor for the evening is a house break-in, a woman armed with a knife, an unfounded report of a man with a gun near Frankfurt Avenue and Hellerman Street, which is probably close to John's area.
That's awesome. Wow. That's raucous.
Yeah, I know. Searching for a missing individual, a fatal hit-and-run accident, report of a woman attempting to throw a chair at a man, report of a man with a machete.
That was here in this house.
That was in that house.
Yeah.
Man with a machete. You know.
That was nothing.
That was nothing. You worked over that. You got that taken care of.
Yeah,
squared away.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah, as long as you took care of that, that's all that matters.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, any catalytic converter robberies?
Hey, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. They're underneath there with their little snips. They're in and out in like 3 minutes, man.
Little Ryobis.
Yeah, that's it. Little Ryobis. That's right. Get in there.
Yeah,
those little sawzalls, little attachments.
I want to see the bank statement. Is there any like unusual tool buys, like
yeah.
Oh, no. A lot of that stuff is all like They steal from someone's job site, go into the job box, take it, use it, dump it. Somebody else picks it up, goes to the pawn shop, converts it over. These pawn shops don't care, man. They don't give a shit.
And
No.
They're protected.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, they'll buy.
And that's pawn shops have kept burglaries going.
Lots of
Really, at times.
Mhm.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Good.
I love that show back
Little tool time action.
then.
Very nice. Let's go over here and see what Al's doing, shall we? Yeah. So, did anybody? Did you bother watching that football game last night at all?
I had it on, but man,
It's like trash. These,
Yeah.
I'm like, what? The Packers are trash. But I'm like, man, they can't even start nothing. They don't know running game. You can't throw the ball.
Right.
Especially Justin Fields. He's like worse than Kyler Murray. What?
You know, the Justin Fields thing was we spent a really high draft pick on this kid. We backed ourselves into a corner, and now we're almost forced to play him. And it's just
Because who did they got after that? Nobody.
Yeah. No, but
force him to be good because
that's all they got.
He's athletic, so somebody's got to trade
Yeah.
him. So fuck it. Who's the backup? It's not.
It's not Trubisky because Trubisky's gone.
No.
It's not Dalton, is it? Who's Dalton?
No, Dalton was quarterback in
Exactly, Brian.
Yeah.
You got what is his name? Gladney, who gave fucking Packers terror. Yeah, Zappy. Like, come on, man.
I mean, he's ain't gonna force him to be better or ship him off. One of the two. So, hey, by the way, why don't you take him in like +1 or +2 interceptions on your next?
Sure.
Well, my brother-in-law is a big Bears fan, and every time they win or lose or have mostly when they lose, he always sends me a meme of just Cutler just laughing. I don't know, but he's like, like he loves Jay Cutler, but I'm like, I think that was one of the best QBs they had in a long time.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Jay Cutler, good for him.
Had zero talent around the guy.
Yeah.
So
he was playing with the Tom Waddle and some retread guy.
Yep. So
Tom Waddle.
Ultras.
Beer. Yeah, that's that Lesbo beer, John. It's all right. It's gonna watch your weight.
We got blue and white action going on. Oh, it's a double-sided can.
I traded it.
Oh,
you traded my old standby.
No. Your old standby. Very nice, very nice.
I just want to.
Then they put that Miller Lite, John.
Real beer.
I'm disappointed.
Nah, I got tons of that in the basement, but.
Well, listen, he's got to get rid of the kidney stone, so he can do that.
Yeah. I saw the halftime score. I kept getting updates. I'm following the Twitter, and I'm, for what it's worth, like Sheffield's kid, he's always tweeting. He's always tweeting, and I'm always going back and forth one out. And he's like 3-0. Glad my TV decided to stay on for this bullshit.
He's got smart ass shit to say.
Yeah, he's got great smart ass shit to say.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, he can't be serious. So I started looking at some of the stats on this game, and I was like, these are two professional 2-0 Padres. Uh-oh. John. John.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you,
oh,
dude,
man.
Padres.
Listen, listen. Oh man, that
Phillies Astros, Phillies Yankees. What do you think?
I don't. At that point, I don't think that it's really going to matter.
Yeah. Can I interject something real quick?
Please.
I hate the fucking Mets. I really do.
The Mets.
And I laughed my dick off when they lost.
I know.
That's why you don't need the blue pills.
But I'll say this. The only team in baseball I hate worse than the fucking Mets is the fucking Braves.
Oh, wow.
Because let me tell you something. I've been down there numerous times. Atlanta is not a real city. It's like Florida. It's all fucking manufactured. It's all people who nobody's born in Atlanta. right? They're not. It's a transient fucking city.
I thought unless they're black people, mostly.
Well, I mean, you know, they're everywhere.
I just thought black people were born there.
But I'm just saying, like, I hate I hate their fans.
Yeah.
That town down there, it's a fucking joke. It is. It's disgusting. They don't care about anything. They don't even fucking sell out their fucking stadium for a fucking.
I know.
I think there's 38,000 people who can fit in there. How many seats were in that fucking ballpark the other night? It's a disgrace, dude.
Oh, but wait a minute. Didn't you say the announcer said, "Oh, they sell them out"?
Yeah.
Record. You know what? Well, you know why it's record number of 10? Because anything is better than they did the year before. You're right, John. You guys are like, "Oh shit, they won the World Series. We gotta go," and they still didn't sell out every game. You would think.
Yeah, there was like strips of like 6 seats in a row.
Yeah.
Every other fucking 3 rows.
And how many fans of the opposing team show up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Damn it! Here in Arizona, there's more outside fans than there are Diamondback fans.
Yep.
Listen, the Eagles game last weekend.
There were more Eagles fans in the stadium than there is.
So let me make a point. Let me make a point, John. I know you saw the report. It said Cardinals got booed by their fans. No, correction. There were just more Eagle fans there booing the Cardinals. Yeah. You got it wrong. That means like this reporter's an idiot. So
I thought you were talking about baseball, because in the Phillies series with the Cardinals in baseball, those pussies, the alleged greatest fucking baseball fans in the National League, they fucking got up and walked the fuck out in the 8th inning.
Yep, they did.
No, that was the Denver Bronco fans did too. After seeing Russell Wilson play all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather not go than walk out early. I'm just saying.
True.
Like I have an opportunity to go to the Pittsburgh game with the Eagles here in town. And it's in a fucking suite. And it's
you better go.
It fits every one of my fucking narratives. 1 o'clock game, go down there, fucking eat, get fat, drink, boom, bang, the whole. I ain't fucking going. I don't.
Why?
What?
I just don't. I don't give a fuck. Like,
you don't like football no more? You don't like the Eagles or what?
I don't want to, dude. I don't want to be in the crowd. I don't. Like that doesn't mean nothing to me.
Well, come out of here, living under the fucking rock you're in. It'll be all right.
Hey, you don't want to
come back to Arizona.
No, you ain't gonna.
You need to find a home here in Arizona.
I'm not sold on the Eagles, so that's not my team.
Oh, he's a Bucks fan. I forgot.
Yeah,
he's right. He's a Tampa Tommy fan. We have an update. The newest flavor of the month right now is we have a carjacking at Cotman and Browse. John, you know where that's at? Yep. Just to let you know. Looking for an Acura MDX. So
fuck it, hey. Like, dang. No wonder you guys talk so crazy. Like, unless I'm on, like, I'm not on a Go Gilbert account, because around here the wife is, and that's where they like post all whatever's happening around town. But I don't even get alerts, or I guess I need to join like the local Gilbert news to see. But
you got to go get the Citizens app for your phone.
Oh,
so get yourself the Citizens app.
What's that?
It's an application.
Well, I'm not a citizen though.
No, it's called Citizen. I know, and anybody can use it.
Oh well, yeah.
Anybody can use it. You're good.
No, yeah, I'm under the surveillance watch, Brian Wagner. You know, like if you see anything suspicious, call this number and it's me.
Yeah. Now, if you see,
I modified it, you know.
No, if you see anything suspicious, they automatically show up at your house.
Fucking Brian Wagner, he mutters next door.
Mike,
yes, sir.
I got kicked off of Citizens app.
How did you get kicked off of Citizens app?
Like John doesn't care. You know,
you can be anonymous.
What?
You can be like right now.
He even got kicked off of then.
I'm reading a comment from like Philadelphia Batman. You know, SoCo Java.
Okay.
Windex 1, 2, 3.
Mike, do you want to get kicked off? I'll tell you what the fucking right if you want to get kicked off.
Well, I know
okay, so
I could possibly say, but I'm not going to say because I want to, know what's going on around me. But this is like,
dude, Philadelphia is a complete urban penitentiary.
It's beyond out of hand. It's really out of hand, and it's going to get worse before it gets better.
So yeah, I have a question for Tom. So it made national news out here.
Oh,
that and I thought maybe the Penguin you might have seen this on, but it was like these knuckleheads went through the Wawa out there by y'all and fucking pepper sprayed the employees. But I know you guys saw that. Mm-hmm. Did you see that, Tom?
No, I didn't.
I mean, that right there, just like all the stories you tell,
I'm downloading the app now, so I'll be in.
There's that video you guys know where they're just fucking trashing it like it's, I don't know, they're trashing the freaking place, and then all of a sudden this girl goes up, "Oh, you got my sandwich or what?" I know you've seen that video, right?
Oh yeah, that's the Wawa video, yeah, with the sandwich.
That's the one, but this is after that. These fools, I don't know if the same ones come through.
I think it was the other one happened downtown, like Center City or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it's one of the stores they're closing two in Center City. Is that right, Mike?
I hope so.
They just closed 2 more in Center City.
I mean, what the fuck?
Because of the security reasons. 1900 Market Street and the one that's right around the Galleria.
No, that's crazy because now out here there's QTs, which is like, probably like Wawa, where they have like everything. They have like a kitchen and everything. Like now they have little signs advertisements to hire cops that are paid by QT to stand at their gas stations and monitor what's going on. They started like by work, man, which is in the hood, but they got, cameras going up everywhere. I'm like, fuck, is it that bad? And I'm sure it's worse over there, but I'm like, it's getting that bad here where a company has to hire cops to monitor their fucking store 24/7.
What's that gonna do?
We can't even get cops to work for the community. You're not going to get cops to work for fucking QT. And if you do, they're probably rejects or, security guards that went through their training process to become a QT cop pretty much. But I'm like, wow, that's crazy, man.
Oh, it's
getting bad out here. Oh, another alert.
Mike,
I just downloaded it.
I got this. What I got. I got the fact that you joined, so we could be buddies across the country.
Oh, how do you? Oh, because of my name?
Because of it registers phone numbers. And it'll suggest if you have a contact, which
the government is watching. What did you get me into, Duncan, Dad?
Which verifies that John's not on.
No, would have popped up. All of a sudden, shit. Oh yeah, it just shows that you joined.
Yep.
Hey, listen, if they come in there, I mean, do I have to bail his ass out or what?
No, who's
I
Paul?
don't know anything, man.
No, hold on.
I know nothing.
Who's Paul Blarts? I need to look this up.
Paul Blart's Mall Cop.
Mall
Cop.
It's a movie.
I don't watch movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
The PenguinAZ.
PenguinAZ.
There we go.
You haven't done that in a long time.
We have not done that in a long time.
It's useless.
But it's funny though.
I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I didn't meet you, Brian Wagner, but we're doing it, man. You cracked me up.
Paul Blart was played by a guy in another TV show. Maybe you know TV shows, okay? And that was King of Queens. Do you tell me?
Yeah, I've kind of seen that show. Yeah, a little bit. I know.
Okay. You may not know the actor's name, but he was in the movie Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Yeah, I just looked him up.
All right.
Yeah.
That's your homework.
Kevin James.
Kevin?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. And he rides one of them electric scooters.
Oh, what are you doing? Cheating on the trailer or what?
No, I'm doing the IMDb.
Oh, okay. That's
the segue. Yeah, the segue's on the segue.
Yeah, Kevin James's wife in that show was pretty hot. Like,
oh, for sure.
No, you know what the last movie I've seen in the theater was?
You talking the show? Leah Remini?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a shame. Like she was like she was a crazy fucking Scientologist.
Yeah, she's a reformed Scientologist.
And you know what? I'm surprised that they haven't killed her yet.
They've
yeah.
gotten close. She went into a really bad depression, anxiety, hiding like a lot of stuff.
But you know what's funny? I think a lot of these. I don't mean to interrupt you, Mike, but I think a lot of these Scientologists, the excommuniques, as they call them, they're going to be taken down. Like they fucking hate like when you step on their dick. They don't want to hear it. They will take. They're as bad as the fucking Clintons. You fuck with them,
yeah.
they will kill you, and they will kill your family. I'll bet you this. I'll bet you Leah Remini has a huge security team.
Oh, absolutely.
Huge. Absolutely. You know, so
absolutely.
She's probably squandering all her fucking money on that.
Well, if you look at the guy that's helping her, he was the other reformed guy.
Yeah. He's been. Yep.
I don't know his name, but he's done this a little bit before she did. So he's coaching her, he's helping her. So it's I haven't seen the latest of it because it got like depressing. I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, like he's an old dude with a gray beard and shit, right?
Yep. Sure, yeah. And he's helping her out. You know,
he'll be dead first.
You know, hey, the guy's been doing well. He cruises around, talks shit, and he's right there. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, time will tell.
Now listen, I used to live the town up in Florida from their East Coast headquarters, which is in Clearwater, Florida.
That's the big one, yeah. Big one.
And dude, it's freaky shit, dude. I mean, it's the way they walk around, they dress around, like it's fucking weird. It's like I went to a fucking Catholic high school. We had a fucking dress the same. I always had a problem with that, to be honest with you. Like it was weird. Like I'm my own person kind of thing, but these motherfuckers walk around like they're like it was like white shirts and fucking blue pants and long sleeve. It's just a bizarre.
There's semen or whatever, not semen, but there's.
Yeah, well,
whatever they call them. They like. Dad, give me a bathroom break. Play a song about hypocrisy.
It's fucked up.
I'll do the same. Bathroom break. Can we do a break with the song?
You guys take a little break. I'll see if I can play something, and then we get back.
Korn has a song called Hypocrites. If you want
Hypocrites.
Play a song, Mike.
Well, why get a song? Let me just talk to you for a second. So, any suggestions from the crew? Anybody have any ideas?
Did you hear? I said Korn has a song called Hypocrites. That's what
Korn. That's loud, man.
Nobody likes. I'm telling you, hypocrites is that's what I'm all about. Hypocrisy. These fucking Democrats with their fucking hypocrisy and all the bullshit. They don't know what they're saying. Yeah, I mean that's my point. Whatever.
In the last
months. But no, play what you want. That was the one that.
Are you dedicating it to all those individuals who are not exercising?
It's aggressive. It's aggressive. And like,
it's aggressive.
You hypocrites.
It's
up to you.
It's crazy to saying that, PlayActionReal, because a lot of people that I've known that were raised, like Tony says, I was a Democrat, whatever, because that's what I was brought into. That's what I was raised in. A lot of them, even now, they fucking are switching and figuring out that it's getting fucked up, man. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm like, yeah, they're finding out that they're just, they've been getting fucked this whole time, and I'm like, wow. So whatever, I'm out. I'm gonna go take a piss.
Enjoy, gentlemen. Enjoy.
Doesn't bother me who you're gonna pay. Social rules and Satan's come to define the what and why. You will travel across this earth over water, land and sky. How you gonna be, what you gonna say it. Doesn't bother me who you're gonna pay. Pay the ferryman, pay the fucking driver. Pay the preachers and pay the fucking liars. Pay the bitches and touching with their dicks. I'm not gonna make it already mine. Hypocrite, I'm gonna do it live. Hypocrite, I'm gonna do it live. Hypocrite, I'm gonna do it live. Hypocrite, I was never mine. Weaving roads of Jeremiah, purity and like no other. Offers hope to those who need it. Don't forget, can't do my brother. How you gonna be, what you gonna say it. Doesn't bother me who you gonna pay. Little old lady at home, writing out a check to send. It's all the money that she owns. She believes the world might end. How you gonna be, what you gonna say it. Doesn't bother me who you gonna pay. Pay the ferryman, pay the fucking driver. Pay the preachers and pay the fucking liars. Pay the bitches and touching with their dicks. I'm not gonna make it already mine. Hypocrite, I'm gonna do it live. Hypocrite, I'm gonna do it live. Hypocrite, I'm gonna do it live. Hypocrite, I was never mine.
It's already mine.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh yeah. See.
We'll give the copyright shout out. Thanks, Korn, for allowing us to be.
But it makes sense. I'm telling you. Hypocrite.
It does make sense. So give me your
your
take on this.
I like
just
that
right
song.
there. Well, I mean, it's aggressive, but it just like you're just
Well, I
fucking
like that
running
song.
blind. You know,
Mhm.
fuck. Like you don't fucking give a shit. You just like have your blinders on.
Let me bring a little bit of one more quarter forward about all of this, specifically, the hypocrisy, etc. Like I said, I had a great conversation with this gentleman, and I really respected and appreciated his opinion. And Brian can vouch for this. 72 years old, black guy who had put in the work. He grew up going to the Boys and Girls Club, made something for himself, had kids. They're successful. The one's a pastor. He's got 7 grandkids. He's retired now. He's just doing this thing, keep himself busy, And he is even saying and articulating that even individuals who were kind of fed this bill of goods for so long are beginning to realize that this isn't about helping. It isn't about promoting. It isn't about advancing. It isn't about doing anything except keeping control of certain people in certain areas. And now people are fed up with it. The problem is all of these behaviors that we deal with, that John and I see on the regular, is because it's the result of all of these years of not having a father figure in the house, not having consequences for your actions. The message coming from the media and the social media and the music and the video games that just say, you don't have to be accountable for it. Just hit the reset button and go on. And you get so desensitized to what you're doing and what you're going through that you got no idea what's happening. And that's not by, he said, that can't be by someone who's got decent intentions for anybody. He said, why would you do this? He said, people are, to use the hot word, people are really systematically being held in check for a reason, because these powers up here, they don't want to lose power. And they don't, to John's point, they don't give a shit if anybody kills each other, because until it comes to their doorstep, then they don't care. And what happens when it does show up on their doorstep? You saw how fast those migrants were kicked out of Martha's Vineyard. And hey,
Yes.
newsflash for everybody in the world.
Great example.
Martha's Vineyard is about as liberal, left, fake Americana that you can possibly fucking get. I've been there. I love it. The sound is nice. The vineyard's nice. Blah, 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 blah. But I'm telling you right now, you get up on the soapbox and you're like, everybody's welcome. Let's play Kumbaya. Let's hold hands. But like, not in my yard. Don't do it in my yard. In less than 24 hours, everybody's rounded up. They're on a ferry. And they're sitting there with what? Who's doing it? And the government's taking care of them again. And the government's taking care of them again. Because that's the solution, right? That's the solution. Like, and to your point with the hypocrisy, that's why I said it's because like you're saying this, but when it's actually put in your face, you do the exact opposite. Everything that you scream about that people are bringing to your attention, you are doing. Figure that out for me. Figure that out for me.
There's so many stupid things going on right now besides just hypocrisy. You got this country trying to pour money into Ukraine. At the same time, we could get fucking nuked by if we go too far. There's a tipping point, and I don't know if you saw like there's one small victory that happened with these guys that called out what's that? What's her nuts with the nice booty? Ocasio-Cortez.
Ocasio-Cortez, yeah.
Do you see that video where there was like two guys just like getting on her case? It's like, no way, you can't do this. You can't vote for more money to go to the Ukraine.
The big takeaway from that, and this instance, and John's followed politics for as long as he's been around. Whatever the issue is, that's going to be the catalyst for the conversation. Let's talk about trickle-down economics. Let's talk about say no to drugs. Let's talk about, inflation. Let's talk about Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae. The bottom line is when you call these individuals, and it can be on both sides, to the mat and say, dude, explain to me, the person who's paying his taxes, like what you're actually doing here. Because in my world and in my house and in my life, it's not adding up.
Right. Nope.
You can't justify it. And it's deflected. And you're like, listen, you can kick the shit in tires all you want. But to your point, like, yeah, like you're dealing with someone who's a little uncocked, half hinged kind of shit. Yeah. Like he's the kind of dude that'd be like, yeah, fuck it. Let's start a war. Yeah, why not? Let's start a war.
You can't argue. And you're right. You can't argue with those people. They don't debate.
And I say that all the time. People, and this is why language is important. This is what they need to teach school. Like, arguing, as I always mention, like in the Latin form of argument, is to have this engaged discourse presenting both sides, not fucking screaming and yelling at each other and pounding tables and throwing a fit.
Makes no sense.
I mean, that's like a fucking toddler. But you say, like, when you go to the legal system, what do? You argue your case, you argue your defense, you argue your prosecution, and then hopefully people of sound mind are like, let's think about this. And they come with a reasonable decision or judgment. But you can't even do that. We have people sitting in office in very powerful positions in our country who have had zero debate. They've never had to speak on what they stand for.
That's so different than it used to be.
Come on.
Yeah, it used to be like a give and take, and there's none of that. Hardly any of that now.
No.
And then I remember you like gave me this text. I already seen it. It was on TikTok about what's her Marjorie Green Taylor. What's her name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she's like, listen, they try to fucking sneak this goddamn bill in.
Yeah.
At like 1:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Without, I remember I saw that right before you had texted me, and I'm like, I had nothing to tell you because I was just like lost for words. Like,
and listen,
it doesn't fucking surprise me.
No, and if the other side did it, I would say the same thing. It's like, well, wait a minute,
yeah,
like you're supposed to be there as a collective representation, everybody to have these discussions. And John knows they send a bill up, and it's like, oh, we want hurricane relief. Well, inside of hurricane relief, there's another 2,500 pages of slapdick money for my Uncle Sam over here in Timbuktu because he's driving a whatever.
And a gun bill.
And a gun bill.
Yeah,
and a gun bill, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just throw it in. Yeah, they'll never notice it. That's okay. We don't need to really talk about it or unpack it. And honestly, how many fucking days off does this Congress and Senate get? They're always off.
God,
or they're always wanting to shut down. Listen, you're the government. You cannot shut down. It is illogical to think that you can shut down. Right, but they want you to work.
You to make your, you better sure.
They didn't stop getting paid during COVID.
Fuckers.
They didn't lose their benefits during COVID. Meanwhile, every mom and pop that built something up, white, black, Asian, purple, green, rainbow people, too bad, so sad. But you can apply to a loan from us, and we'll give it to you. And you don't think that's tied to something? People, listen. The one thing in this world, nothing is fucking free. Nothing is free.
Lunch.
Mike, can I make a statement here?
Please do.
I'm not the most favorite person on fucking No Filter. Everybody knows that. I've read the fucking.
Favorite.
You are.
Yeah, but I've read some of the comments. Whatever.
I didn't even read comments. We have comments.
Wow.
Oh yeah, we have comments. It's all over Google.
Christ.
Google me.
Google me.
Just love
you ever notice something? Stupid white fucking people shoot up schools, right? Blacks, that's not their game. They won't do that.
Yeah.
Stupid fucking white people shoot up schools.
It seems like it.
And I'm saying, like, that's an asshole fucking move. I'll say it.
I don't like it.
I don't get. I mean, who would? I mean, come on.
Well, at least the latest guy was not white, but it doesn't matter.
Majoritatively,
the
right?
Majority. You're right.
So, and I'll say that. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, what am I going to agree with that? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Come on. You're a fucking asshole. I mean, you shoot kids, you kill, no matter what color they are, you don't fucking kill kids.
Shame for you. You suck. Yep.
But with all the crime in everyday life that's less than, I don't want to say less than, but I mean, lesser than shooting children in a classroom, all the fucking blacks that fucking do their stupid shit, I can't say that they're stupid. Like, that's fucking stupid. I mean, do these fucking blacks not watch the fucking news and see that, you know what I'm saying? Look, man,
I think we
racial fucking war, but I mean,
no. I think what you're trying to say is that the media arm of the information that we all get, that is really put out there, it either on purpose or because it doesn't necessarily sell papers or clicks, they avoid certain subjects. Now, coming from my background, and I've seen, and I've had to be tasked with seeing the actual physical statistical data. The greatest amount of violent crimes that takes place in our country is from 13 to 21% of our population. And within that, it's 85% African-American male versus another African-American male or female. Now, we put this in a box and we don't want to unpack it. There's white collar crime. There's all this shit that goes on. And you're not saying that, a death over here is more or less than a death over here. But when you have these city centers where you can, as an outside person, look at the problem areas and say, why aren't we addressing the roots of these problems? Why are we ignoring it? Why, like it's almost like you're kind of like going to the bad guys, and it doesn't matter, face, color, creed, sex, all that shit, and saying, like, if you kind of keep it away from the majority of people, we're gonna be okay with it. Like, just don't go too far with it, and we'll be okay with it. And like, it's just been perpetuated and perpetuated and perpetuated. And now, to the point that Mr. Robbins was making, that like there is no the idea of accountability, the idea of a right or wrong, it's not that it's not even questioned. It doesn't exist.
No,
it's not in the conversation.
That's what's stuck.
It's not even in the mental makeup of the generation that is now coming into its own. And guess what? Newsflash, people, that mentality of the individuals that will spread out, they are the ones who are going to be in charge of your cities.
Yeah, but how about this, Mike?
Already.
If I was black, I would be ashamed.
Well, that's a good point.
Ashamed.
That's a good point.
Of what the people that I'm fucking fighting for, this is what they've released themselves down to. I would be ashamed, and they should be ashamed, but they're not. They're not. That's because you know why? Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. You know why? Because everybody else gave them all their fucking problems. Everybody else created all their fucking problems. So now they're going to kill them fucking self. That's bullshit, dude. It's fucking bullshit. Sorry. I don't buy it, and I couldn't sell it. No way.
I don't buy it either, because when I see other minorities making it awesome, you look at, I hate to say it, but Indian people of the India nation and Asian people.
Look at our broadcast
They ain't got no problem. And yes, they do go through their form of racism. I'm sure everybody does. I get it. I'm sorry that they do. But these people, they don't complain. They don't have problems. And I'm sure some of them live in some bad neighborhoods, but for the most part, they work their asses off. And they make businesses, and they they rise up, So
it speaks, and like I said, from having this wonderful conversation, which I'm going to have more conversations with the gentleman, it speaks to how much underlying anger, issue, control, constructive way of speaking up about an issue has been, not kept down or suppressed, but there's been a form that's been in place that has perpetuated this idea, instead of championing the fact that, look, it's America. Everybody has an opportunity to do what they want to do.
Yeah,
and you can get out there and you can put the hard work in, and you're not always going to be the recipient of all of the fruits of your labors. And unfortunately, that's just where the situation is at this particular point. This point that we made about
that's what we want it to be. Like you just said, want it to be there. Hey,
right,
this is your opportunity, America. So,
right.
Anyway,
and it's when the message hasn't been communicated in that way, or the message has been twisted, or people come predisposed to, we saw it with the one video that I think, I don't know if Tony was showing it or one of the other hosts was showing it, that there's a little kid. He was no more than 2-3 years old, had on one of those little pull-ups, and his dad had done something wrong, and the police were talking to him or questioning him, or he was a person of interest, whatever it was. And the little kid was walking up to another black officer, and he's cursing at him, trying to pick up something to hit him, pointing guns at him, and it's that right there is well beyond the color component. That comes into the equation later on, but at the very heart of the matter is people just having the basic fundamentals of, listen, everybody's going to fuck up. I've fucked up. I've made mistakes. I've atoned for the mistakes. I've worked past mistakes. I'm not at the same place that I was, but that's the consequences that come along with your actions.
Yeah.
Case in point, you have to be taught those things early on.
Early on.
And those are good things to
And these
impress
guys were,
upon
like,
individuals.
Little. They were little.
Yeah.
How old?
And this is so little. And that person
40.
who's now, he's heard that message. That little kid has heard that message from the time that he's been 2 years old. What do you think, unfortunately, is going to be his reaction when he's a teenager, or he's actually capable of making an adult decision without the adult actual component of it? You know what I mean? Like that, it's, man, I don't know. I always say, like, it's fundamental. It's the fundamental function of your brain and how you, but like, how do you get to that point and get people to have that conversation and actually to like say, okay, let's all, like, I'll be a little less judgmental. I'll put in a little work over here to be better. We'll actually step forward with one another. Like, dude, that's, you know when that's going to happen? That's going to happen, like John said, unfortunately, after all of this shit hits the fan, after it is a fucking bloodbath in these places, because that's what's happening right now. And they haven't even cracked the surface of that conversation because they're still in the mentality of like, fucking no one's going to do anything to us. And this isn't just a black thing. These are the crackhead, stoned out white people on K&A. These are the cracked out people out there in San Francisco who are shitting all over their city. No one's fucking going to do nothing.
Jeff, are you familiar with what when we talk about K&A? Like, you know what that means?
Avenue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, I was trying
So
to tell Tom.
You watch YouTube.
Well, not only, dude, I gotta say, I was just trying to tell Tom, like, you guys were all talking. I was like, Tom, hadn't you seen this story? The Wawa pepper spray deal.
Mm-hmm.
Every so often, a big one comes across, and that was the most recent one. But that one that Duncan Dad was saying, shit, that fucked me up. I was like, are you kidding me? If my kid had one cross word to say to a cop, I would have smacked him so he would have like fell over twice.
Mm-hmm.
So hell with that shit. So I mean, haven't we said it on the show before? The parents, forget about it. So,
and if you're not going to have the traditional dynamic of parents, which all the psychology in the world,
and I get it,
all,
you can't all the time, right?
Right, I'm saying, but like, all of the real statistical data shows that if you have the balance, you are more apt to be a little better off, right? But if you don't have that, and you still have positive role models in your life,
still get by.
You can still be a positive member of the society.
Yeah.
But when you attack that at its very core, and John lived through it, I've lived through it. People, our parents, they specifically said, they were like, you don't need to have your baby daddy in the house. We'll give you X, Y, and Z. That
wrong.
creates
never say that.
Creates a problem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, listen, if you're getting beat and hit and screamed and abused, you should never be in that situation. I'm not advocating for that. But what I'm saying is that when people like free things, right? People like to be taken care of. I don't care who you are.
I know where you're going with this, Duncan.
Yeah,
I know exactly where you're going with this.
You have got to have some pride and ownership in you and in yourself and how you carry things and how you go about your day. And you've got to work at that. And you might not always get to where you want to go, but oh my God, it's not about you. It's not about you.
No, not
like
anymore.
People are so fixated in this time and day right now.
You got a kid, it's not about you anymore.
No,
Boom.
right. And they're even that, like, they're worried about what my social media says, what kind of likes I got, what kind of friends I have. People lose sight of the fact that as a whole, you're talking about the community and the society. And if you got a bunch of selfish, arrogant, hand-me-out assholes, or a bunch of people who are cutthroat, judgmental, prejudiced motherfuckers, you're going to have exactly that. It's going to be a a bottle with fucking Pop Rocks, Mentos, and Coke, and you're shaking that bitch up. That's how it's going to be. That's plain and simple.
Yeah.
That's our problem. But people don't want to talk about it. People want to be like, oh, I actually have to work. I actually have to maybe do better for myself. I actually have to try to understand some things. Well, yeah, well, that's not easy. It's easy if I just go get a gun and shoot somebody and take what's mine.
Mm-hmm.
I can't fix you, man. I can't fix you. You know?
Dude, you're a brilliant dude.
No,
I mean,
he's well thought out. And you know, the thing is, like, you know, cool thing about Duncan Dad is I make my points. He actually says no. In a nice way, he's like, "Listen, your real point is this," and that's the thing, because he made me realize as I started talking about hypocrisy, which that's my theme, you know, through all these months. He's like, "Okay, great, but there's something underlying behind that, and a lot of it is, and I have to say, communication and debate, you know." And I've actually seen a couple things here, and I hate to say TikTok, but
sure.
And so they cued in on this college, and this woman was like, "Hey, listen, you need to look at it like this. You know what I'm talking about. You need to look at it like this. You know, like we have to actually have these talks about women don't have the muscle mass that men do." And she, you know, I'm not going to get in all the, you know, all of a sudden these students start walking out, get pissed. Well, it was Portland State University, so that tells you a little bit about what's up right there. They're in a liberal state big time. So the people that are walking out have like pink hair, and they're like, "Oh, she's racist," and they're just like besides themselves, like clutching pearls and shit. But so she went on about her debate, and all of a sudden you could tell here comes this, like, you know, white haired, like, he's like some big shot. He's like, "Listen, we're at this fucking college right now. If we can't have these debates, where else can we have them? So you need to get over yourself and get over all your little interest. I mean, I can't say
intricacies.
Intricacies, like fuck that.
And idiosyncrasies.
You know, he didn't go on, like, I'm exaggerating, but his point was like, hey, if we can't have these, you know, debates here, where can we have them? And so, you know, the folks that stuck around obviously were cool with it, but that's just what, you know, Duncan Dad is like, brought me back. He always does. He brings me back. Listen, I know what you're talking about, but
it's
boom,
funny.
Just like
it's
John,
funny.
You're right. He's fucking brilliant. And
it's funny you say that. I'm just going to say the same fucking thing in a different way, though. It's funny you say that. I know that people, you know, the way I speak and I bring my shit, and I don't give a fuck. Like, you know, I don't. But Mike has a fucking resonant way to fucking bring everything back to seem like, you know what? Okay, here's the way, you know, maybe I didn't orate it properly. So he's a very intelligent guy, you know. The problem is, it's like there's so many, you know, frustrated people, and, you know, sometimes, man, it's like, I can't. Jeff, if you came out here and stayed in my house for a week and worked with me and get up and, you know, did our shit every fucking day, and we got to watch the same fucking news in the morning, drinking coffee, you'd be like, what the fuck? Yeah. You know, and it's kind of like, who's not, like, you know, look, man, I have my opinions on things, but you know what? I don't like stupid. I hate stupid. And I see stupid every fucking day on the news.
Yeah.
But it's not my fault. It's not my fault. What I see is stupid is 95% fucking, you know, come on. I mean, I can't help that. But when is it coming when people are going to say, God damn, like we're fucking eating each other. We're fucking eating our own. Like fucking lions, dude. I don't get it. And I'll probably never get it, but I mean, I'll be dead before they fucking figure this out. And so will you. I mean,
I hope so. I really hope.
I mean, no, I'd like to have it figured out, though, dude.
I don't want to go like all conspiracy or religion, but it just like after a while you're grasping at straws, and you're like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know. I have no control. And so people just go back to spirituality and just like look at, hey, shit. My grandma says, hey, we're living in the last days. So you could look at it that way. I mean, I hate to see, doom and gloom, but shit. I mean, some of the stuff the Bible is saying,
sure,
kind of like coming true. And, and again, it's come true in a lot of other times too. I'm not saying I believe in the Bible, but man, it's starting to mount up. Like it's starting to raise the eyebrows a little bit higher to where,
sure,
like, okay, I have to respect that, keep it close, just in case. But it's spread. I'm telling you, you guys are seeing the worst of it, but it's spreading. California, but we're not immune to it. I mean, we live in this. It's still nice here where I'm at. Don't get me wrong, but we still see some bullshit.
You made a great point about Portland and in that area and like more liberal areas, not wanting to have stuff or conversation, and that's that extreme over here, and then people on the other side like, oh, what about like Proud Boys and Nazis, and that's an extreme over here, and to your point, the crux of it is that extremes are going to exist, right? It's on the pendulum, right? It's always there, right? It's like either you have that pacifist behavior, it's like, oh, I don't want to do anything, or you've got that overly aggressive behavior where it's like, fuck you, everybody, and die, and it's I'm a fucking Rambo, right? Like that's the extremes.
I know somebody like that.
Yeah, right. So like, unless you're willing to have the conversation and debate and have the argument, you get the result of an unjust and violent reaction and action from those extremes, right? That's why people decided to storm a building. That's why people decide to burn buildings down and blow places of business up. That's why people, set towns and people and shit on fire way back when. But what you're going for is this: can we come to some reasonable understanding and solution where everybody can sort of play in the same sandbox, and when you reach a point where you don't want to be in the sandbox, you get up and you walk away, and maybe you come back in the day, right? Maybe but people, like asking people as a whole to like take that collective, JoJo breath or be the old like, namaste for a second, that's tough to do because like John said, when you see these things over and over and over and over, it festers inside of you because you're like, listen, I am doing things the right way. I am putting my time in. I'm keeping everything up above board. It's like, maybe I screwed up, but I did X, Y, and Z to correct it. Like, it's always just arguments like, the person that follows all the rules and regulations, even if the person messes up and they follow all the rules and regulations, they're always the ones who are slapped on the wrist harder than someone who feigns ignorance. I didn't know. Oh, I did. Meanwhile, 2 seconds later, after they beat up the cop, after they hold up the convenience store, they're out there again scoring something. Like, basically, come on. And to John's point, again, where we've come to in this country is we're past the debate. We're past the conversation. We are at the point of like extreme actions. And unfortunately, the people that are in position to actually regulate that and enforce the accountability, they're like, fuck it. We don't want to do it and deal with it. We want to be everybody's friends. So then what happens? people on the other sides who are taking care of these actions, what do? They do exactly what humans are designed to do. They fight or they flight. Survival, survival, survival. And that's what you're going to see. You're going to see survival because people are wired. I don't have something. I've been held down. I got to take it. It's mine. That's how I got to live. The other side is like, I work for this. I must protect this house. You come at our house, you get behind kicked. And you know what? Both of those people have valid points. Both those people have valid points, but it's like, come on now.
But there's still
it doesn't have to be
still a chance.
Oh, there's always a chance, man. There's always a chance because it's humans.
And I talked about, I hate to say that I did talk about Democrats, but Democrats or liberals or whatever you want to call them, it's like, versus Republicans. Republicans, look, listen, you watch something on TV, you don't like it, you switch the channel. A liberal, when they see something on TV, they're going to complain and cry. That in itself, that's got to stop. That has to be meshed.
I'm gonna make it really simple for everybody.
Yeah.
People, do yourself a favor. Take the red and blue shit and get rid of it. This is good versus evil.
Bad. Yes.
Good versus bad.
Yeah.
Either you carry yourself in a good manner and you're productive and you are a viable part of your community, or you are the complete opposite. That is where we are at in the world. We're honestly we're not mature enough to have labels. Seriously, this society is no longer mature enough to have labels. But what do they want to do? They want to label. They want to label everything, right? And what's the
breaking news? What's
the worst?
Says society has regressed.
Sure it has.
I agree.
For as smart as we've gotten, we've become inherently dumb. We have no common sense.
No.
And, the whole Billy Madison spiel, right? Like everything that's coming out of your mouth makes no fucking sense right now.
Sense to me.
Like it makes no sense.
And he's like,
yeah, it's like it makes no sense. And really,
goes,
it doesn't. Like it doesn't pass a common sense check. Like, why would you voluntarily? And John mentioned it, like why would you voluntarily walk through your neighborhood and be like, fuck these people. Let's burn down their business. Let's shoot up their houses. Like, why? Like, what are you getting out of that?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Like media.
Yeah, like if I'm living in my neighborhood, just to get my rocks off, I'm not walking down the street busting up everybody's car. Like, what is that doing for people? Nothing. No. It's doing absolutely nothing except for me. I'm getting out this anger or whatever's going on in my world. Right. I mean, like, dude, go pick up a fucking hammer and build a house.
Well, Mike, doesn't that go back to the?
Yep, sure it does.
What's the intellectual?
No,
whatever. But
it goes back to the very beginning of good and bad.
How about dogs? Dogs don't shit where they eat.
Right. Sure, that's right.
They don't.
That's right.
And
that's easy. Yeah.
You know what, dude? Like I wouldn't burn down my fucking grocery market.
They did in
Seattle.
No.
And Portland.
It's
all these liberal Chicago.
Dude, every CVS, every Walgreens, every Target, every Walmart.
Riots on the streets of Chicago.
And then
all the liberal cities.
And you know who was wrong during all those actions? The neighborhood individuals who organized, who got out and started walking their streets, saying, "This is our neighborhood. We want to keep an eye on it. We want to protect it." Those guys were called out as being dangerous mobs.
Yep.
Those are they were dangerous. Like, a fucking dangerous mob? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yes.
We expanded the entire bit of Western civilization when we moved out on the Appalachian Trail, the Conestoga Trail. What do you think people did on these ranches? That's why they had regulators. That's why they had individuals who posted up on the side of the ranch because people were coming and taking their shit. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. This is what we fought for. Come on now, people.
I used to lay in bed at night during the height of the fucking pandemic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And, going into the spring, the summer, whatever the fuck. And I could lay in bed and hear these fucking things going off like fucking there were bombs going off.
Yeah, they're blowing up ATMs.
Exactly fucking right. So then everybody and their fucking brother, anybody with a fucking half a brain knew who the fuck was doing it. It was an easy score, whatever. But then when they grandmammies can't get cash to give them fucking money, it became a fucking problem. And it's like, come on, man. Like a fucking, you're gonna blow up a fucking an ATM on Frankfurt Avenue in front of a fucking bar. What's it got? Like fucking $6,000 in there? I don't even know. I don't use that thing. So,
yep.
But Jeff, you could hear the shit at night.
It's fucked up.
Yep.
I mean, it was fucking like they were bombing these fucking things, and they're literally fucking bulletproof. You don't get nothing out of them. No. I don't think.
And I need to make a point for people.
By the Sherman Tank Company.
Exactly. I'd love to know how they could do this.
And I'm gonna make.
You ever see Barbershop?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make a point to something real quick about that. Anybody who's watching this later, listening to it now, and whatnot, before someone jumps on the wagon and says, "Oh, well, that's because you live in this area and I live in this area," listen and look straight at the camera and look at these eyes. It's your responsibility to be a good person. It's your neighborhood. You've got your own people in your community. I don't give a shit. White, black, green, purple, orange, rainbow. You keep your community nice. Why would you do it to your own community and then complain? Like, if you can't all get on board, I don't care what background, and say you're going to have some pride in yourself to begin with. It's like, don't come bitching about a problem when the solution is right here. This is the solution.
Yep.
It's right here in your hands. That's the solution. But it's taking a lot of humble pie, a lot of swallowing your pride, a lot of shelving the narcissism, a lot of shelving the prejudice, a lot of shelving the racism, and saying, you know what? Fuck this. All of us need to be better. But you know what? That is way too much to ask of people in 2022.
Way too much.
Way too much to ask. Way too much to ask.
And
we can talk about the systems, and we can talk about the shit that's set up. And you know what? Yeah, that's right. Those are the little parts that keep the fires going and the stuff poking and building on. But you know what? Everybody's supposed to be so fucking woke. Everybody's supposed to be so self-aware. Everybody's got all their little Egyptian little things. They got their namaste stuff. That's all fine and well. But if you're going to do it, do it. Be that way.
Never follow through.
Be that way. It's like, listen, I'm not the most faithful, Christian guy in the world or whatever. But yeah, you know what? I stop every now and have a moment of reflection. I might throw up a little prayer here and there. But I'm not beating the Bible. But yet,
True.
I try to be a decent person. I try to make a good decision as opposed to a bad decision. But it's having those moments and those thoughts instead of just taking the easy way, and then being like, oh, I don't know what the fuck's going on. How did this happen? I can't understand it. Really? You can't understand it? Listen, go get yourself a car. Drive the car. Bust out a window on the car and put tape over on the window on the car. Drive that shit when it rains. Then drive the shit when it snows. And then your tires get bald. You have to take care of this, or you're never going to get where you want to be. And you're going to keep bitching when somebody drives by in their nice Humvee and somebody drives by. And you know why they got that? Because they changed their tires. They rotate them. They change the oil. They're always looking to keep it up and move ahead and move ahead. And sometimes people don't, and they stay with the God. But you know what? It's kept nice.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same group of people.
I have a car that has 100,000. It's nice.
Sure.
It's the same group of people who get pissed off when somebody's fucking retired. They say, "Oh, you don't
lazy ass.
Yeah, you ain't got shit. You ain't fuck. You fuck. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. And they want to fucking steal their cats. They want to steal their fucking,
And
the rims off the
little old ladies walking down the street getting knocked down and taken for their purses and their cash. Are you kidding me?
a lot of that what you said right there is like, dude, you have these dreams, but fucking follow through. Duncan Dad and John from Mayfair have fucking followed through.
You know what?
They have preached to you, and they have showed you how I can follow through.
Some of
the
the
attention to detail too.
some of the
That what separates you two from a lot of the rest of the motherfuckers.
Listen, you know
different?
What's that?
What are you different?
No.
Oh, I'm trying to get with you guys.
I know.
No, you know, it's a really good, like a really, really, really good story.
I'm getting
go watch Straight Outta Compton. Seriously, go see what NWA did. All the players,
Ice
right?
Cube, shit.
Up against the music industry that wasn't accepting the music, knew they had something, knew they had the heart and soul of the communities that they were coming from. You can like the music, not like music, I don't give a shit. But the bottom line is the individuals, Dre, Cube, T, they worked constantly at their craft every single waking hour. Even with all of this negative shit coming against them, they still worked and still worked. That's an original OG. Original OG is someone, they get up, they put their time in, no matter what is getting said, what is being thrown down. Because John goes to work, I go to work, and people are like, this is bullshit, blah, 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 blah. Tune that shit out, man. Keep going ahead. Keep going ahead. You don't have time for that. Go ahead. Go. But people aren't interested in the process. Right? People don't want to deal with the process. They want the end result. And listen, cliche, and I'm going to wrap up my thing. But listen, sounds fucking horrible in the sense of it's not fun. But that whole there is joy in that journey. If you're not having some sort of
better have that
passion and some sort of happiness and moment as you're going through it, you're never going to fucking get there. You're never going to get there.
Tomorrow, I'm working tomorrow because I have that passion,
Right.
And everybody's like, oh shit, you're working Saturday. Oh yeah. No,
I don't want to work on a Saturday.
And I'm like, I don't care. It's fun. For me, because it's a half a day too.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares?
Mike, let me ask you a question.
We just bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy, but I'm still. I have the passion. It feels like I'm not even working because I love my job because I have that passion.
Go, and then I'm late for my
thing.
Yes. Yeah, what do you got?
You ain't that fucking late, dude.
It's late, baby. Go ahead.
Hey-oh.
Hi.
Let me
ask DJ out there?
I don't think so.
He was. He was on earlier. I was joking with him.
What?
Yes, sir.
What if why would it be a problem if everybody has a handle on this show? And by a handle, I mean that's your name, that's your nickname. I actually changed my driver's license to John from Mayfair.
I love it.
Right.
Right.
And you're Duncan Dad,
mm-hmm.
and you're Jeff. You're PlayActionReal.
Right.
But what if we put what if not? I won't speak for you. What if I called myself White John from Mayfair? There would be fucking major fucking blowback because of that, right?
We're going back to my point, right, Duncan Dad?
So, but there are artists, I guess you'd say.
Mm-hmm.
They call them, and I'll say it, niggers with attitude or whatever the fuck they are.
Exactly.
It's not my style of music, but whatever.
Right.
But and if you get into an altercation with somebody from a different race, you, God forbid, you use that fucking word. You see what I'm saying? But you're going to say, like black. There's a guy on WIP calls himself fucking Black Gritty.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I
you know the guy.
Yep.
All right. So if I called up and said I'm fucking White Gritty,
oh jeez,
right? That's not fair. It's so the pandering book. This is what bothers me about this country, dude. like, dude, black's a word, white's a fucking word. They're both like, you know, I say what I want. That's my point. And
to your point, and to again highlight the value of language, right? And there's definitely we can look at any ethnic group, and you can find a derogatory term or name that's been applied to each ethnic group, out of either racism, prejudice, jealousy, whatever you want to call it. Like there's always one word, and it's a taboo word, right? Don't say it, don't talk about it, don't bring it up, blah 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 blah. It's it's indicative, and it's particular to XYZ people race. The issue that we have, and to wrap up the whole hypocrisy thing, especially what Jeff was saying, is that I am a firm believer. I'll end with a point, say with this, that this world, if you want to be fair and equitable, whether you like it or not, and you operate under the clause of, especially in Western Civ, United States, free speech. Now, there's hate speech. I get hate speech. I understand the hate speech.
Yeah, we're not going to go through that.
You're not going to hate speech.
Yeah, we're not going there.
But if you are willing to have the avenue run one way, the avenue must come back the other way. Exactly. It is the natural existence and the pendulum and order of things.
Yes.
Great interview given about 15 or so years ago. Mike Wallace is still alive. He's sitting down with Morgan Freeman. And he says to him, Mr. Freeman, he says, Morgan, he's right, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, listen, Mike. He's
Best interview ever.
Why don't you call me Morgan and I'll call you Mike, and we can forget all the other shit. And it's like, in that simplistic moment, there lies the answer. Because everybody talks about, I want to see the person for the person. I want to see them for their character. I want to see what they did. They don't fucking want to do that. You know why? Because that's hard, man. That's hard to do. That's hard to do.
Well, there's no story. There's no story there.
Right. There's no story. It doesn't sell papers. Right. I'm sorry. Aging myself here. It doesn't sell clicks.
I know.
You know who handled that very well? Tiger Woods was with Oprah, and Oprah's a whatever.
Yeah, forget about it.
She's a media creation. But Tiger Woods, she asked him. She goes, "Well, your mom was Taiwanese and your dad was fucking black, right? What do you consider yourself?" And he looked at her. He goes,
"God."
She says, "What race do you consider yourself?" He goes, "Human." And he handled it fucking perfectly. And she didn't even know, on her fucking stupid ass show, she didn't know what the fuck to say. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, she was trying to fucking bait him. Well, I love my mom and my dad. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
So the thing is, it's like, come on, man. These people, it's got to be over, dude.
And also, when Drew Brees won the Super Bowl, she goes, "Hey, you need
Remember
to wipe that thing off your face."
Yeah.
He's like, "That's a birthmark." So that chick's a fool. Get out of here with that.
Well, she's a jerk off, dude. Hey, listen, black, white, green, yellow. She's a fucking asshole.
She's a dumbass.
She's a media creation, and that's all. I mean, come on.
She's the most richest dumbass I know.
Yeah, she's
and listen, like you can unpack a lot of stuff with Oprah too, with some of the shelters and things that she built out of this country, who happen to be connected to someone who's wrapped up with the Clintons, who happen to be in the midst of all this other kind. Listen, that's a big rabbit hole to go down to. But I think where I want to be, and I want to end my contribution to the program tonight, is that getting to this point where we really have an understanding and we actually see any freaking change, it's going to take hard work and commitment beyond the talking little bullshit stuff. And guess what? You and whoever else out there like I mentioned on my other program, you are not going to see the results of it. And you are going to have to trust the fact that by the time your kids come up or their kids come up, you are going to finally see the fruits of all this labor.
God. Oh my God.
And that's a tough thing to swallow, man, because it's like those people building shit, and it's like, I'm never going to see it get done. I'm never going to see the tree grow. But you know what? I'm going to have faith that my kid isn't going to fuck it up and burn it down and
Here
start
you
the whole thing
go.
again.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Ah, God.
Yeah,
That's how I be like.
that's right. I mean, look at the Spanish Cathedral in Barcelona, right? It was just completed, 45 some odd years ago.
That's hilarious.
Building for centuries on that thing. You know?
The United States will be involved in World War III by the end of this fucking year.
God, I hope not. But you know what? It is trending that way quickly because people listen. What do we always say?
We
War's
are
what?
We are right now at DEFCON 3.
Yep.
Number 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
And 5 is as high we go.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 means everybody in the military is fucking ready and able to go.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all focused around nuclear fucking shit.
Next week we need to talk about that.
Yeah, next week we're gonna, I'll make
recruiting.
it next week we're gonna go there.
How fucked up the recruiting is because they
So everybody,
we better be here because
they
the Phillies
won't
will be
let go
playing.
people for fucking
Yeah.
COVID.
Phillies
You
going to
didn't
World
get the
Series.
fucking shot. You got let go. Fuck that shit. Oh, we don't have enough people. Well, let the fucking people back in that you didn't let that didn't get the fucking shot, because we all know the shot's a piece of shit.
And I know Mike's got an itchy fucking red dick right now, so he wants to go. But
Yeah,
I'm going to say this, folks. Stop fucking robbing from your own. Stop fucking taking money and fucking food from Wawa. For Christ's sake, dude, you have no idea what it's doing to the fucking city. You don't. If you can't figure that out, you're too stupid to fucking live. And fuck you. And your mom, too.
And your
mom. And your mom. And your mom.
Jesus.
And your mom. Gentlemen, always thank you for a really well-balanced conversation, because, we kind of cover all the bases, which is really nice, all different backgrounds.
Don't forget Alabama, Tennessee tomorrow. I just want to throw it in. That's a good game because Tennessee's actually good.
Phillies are on.
Watch the snippet of it.
I'll be smoking meat. I'll be smoking meat, getting drunk, and watching the Phillies.
I'm telling you, this area right now,
you got another TV. Watch that game. It might be good.
I got 10 TVs. You hear that?
You
motherfuckers.
Kid.
Get out of here.
All right, you guys.
All right, everybody, have a good weekend. Thanks for joining. Next week, we will touch on a lot of these other issues and Phillies. What's up, buddy?
Wear rubber.
What's that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what's that? Stop it. Not even going there. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. See you next week.